Let me see if it's the same URL. I copied and pasted it, or copied, let me paste it on a note here. Let's do this one here. The URL ended in CLBG. No, it's going to be a different URL. Okay, so that means we do have to make it first. Let me see if it's the same URL. Oh.
You know, when you did the graduation last year, we had the URL beforehand, didn't we?
Yes. So I know how to make that. So we just have to figure out then, and I'm sure, there's a way. So, so can you see my screen in YouTube here?
Yes.
So this was how you pre-make the URL. I put testing 1, 2, 3, stream settings. This would be the stream URL is what I would share with people in advance. 2 weeks in advance, you'd want to share that out. What I just need to see is how do we get the Zoom to connect to this particular live stream.
How did you do it for graduation?
I didn't use Zoom because we didn't have the premium accounts. I just streamed straight into YouTube because I can just stream without using something else. But if you're using Zoom because you want other kids to be participants in it,
yeah.
So that's where I just have to dig into this a little bit more. Does that make sense? Because I need that particular Zoom to be connected to this particular live stream.
Right.
So I'm going to have to just dig into that. So it's real easy to live stream Zoom on the fly, but we want it pre-planned so we could test it and advertise that link.
Okay, I will look into it also. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that gives us, so I think it's very easily done. The only thing I could think that where that might need to happen would be if I just go to that Zoom link. Let me try one real quick before we go digging. If I click on live streaming, yeah, it just chooses the service to live stream, but it's not, it's like the site key. You have to match up the site keys.
Right.
So we'll have to figure that. out. I'm sure there's an easy way. And then the only other thing that you'll have to do, so here's your homework on YouTube. In order to have permission to live stream, like the very first time you do it, it's going to make you like put in a phone number and verify your identity to make sure you're not like a robot. But it can take like up to 24 hours to get approval for live streaming.
I'll do that today.
I would do that right away. It's the same thing. You click on that camera, click on live stream, but because it's the first time you're doing it, it should walk you through the steps to get approved for live streaming.
Well, I think things certainly have changed. When I was one of my classes, I had to create a YouTube channel. It was so easy. So easy.
Yeah, so I think this will be awesome. We just have to connect the Zoom to your YouTube.
Okay.
And then when the day of the event happens, hopefully all you have to do is click, live stream and just turn it on.
And now let me ask you a question. Will I get feedback if I have my computer, 2 computers going, and I have the YouTube? It probably shouldn't have that, even if I have the sound off. Do you know?
As long as you have on one of the second device, as long as you have the microphone muted and the sound off, you won't get any feedback. You shouldn't.
Okay. I know.
And that way you can see what's happening on the YouTube. There is like about a 5-second delay on the YouTube live stream from the Zoom. But I think it would work really nice. It would accomplish your goal of letting kids, you'd be the host and you could have the kids interact in the Zoom. They could even practice that whole ceremony, and then parents would just be watching on YouTube.
Yeah. We don't want the parents involved. No offense, parents.
Yeah. Although, if the kids, would parents just watch it sitting next to their kid on the same computer as the kid?
We're going to tell the parents no.
Like, because what if they don't have they may not have another device, or they'll have to go in another room, or
they'll have to watch it at another time.
Okay.
So we can save that live stream, right?
I mean, yeah, if you're live streaming, you won't have that problem.
Do we, so as long as, when the event is over, as long as we have that URL, anybody can, with the URL, can go back in and watch the ceremony at
Yeah,
any point.
yeah.
So
But do you want them to watch it live for the most part?
I would love them to watch it live, but like you said, and I didn't think of this, if you don't have another device, then that could be problematic. But that's okay, and I'm going to explain that to the parents, that it's about the kids, and that if they don't have another device, they can watch the event at another time on that YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get those, figure out how to get those two connected. I'll work on that today too. And then let me know if you find anything out. Get your YouTube set up for live streaming. And I think this opens up a lot of options for things. This will be great.
I think this is great. Yeah, I really appreciate this. And
okay. Well, I'm going to
help out with some future NJHS events too.
Yeah, I mean, just anything, school-wide events. This really opens up a lot of doors, even when we're in person, for parents to be able to watch what we're doing. We could be live streaming our assemblies. There's so many things, our student versus staff basketball games. I mean, parents might, maybe they wouldn't watch the whole thing, but they might like to watch, 5-10 minutes of what's going on.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it certainly is an opportunity for us to take advantage of our technology, which it's about time.
Right?
Did I say that out loud?
Right? Yeah, I hear you. It's like, come on, let's get going here.
I can't tell you how many times I think back. I know you got to go. I think back to the days of when the Apple guy was there, and we had our tech committee, and how phenomenal that was, and how long it took us to actually pull staff together so we could do some PD, and that didn't last very long, unfortunately.
Yes, it's like we get a little up the hill, and then a little up the hill.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to pop into this class to do some testing, and then we'll circle back and just shoot me an email. I'll shoot you an email. Does that sound good? I know it's next week, right?
It's the 25th.
Okay. So it's coming up. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jenny. Have a good day.
All right,
Go home.
Yeah.